Hi, and welcome to the shop. Today we have a special treat, and I hope you enjoy it. 10 years ago, my friend Rick Smith developed, tested, and finally perfected the Type II FG42. After many years of development and failures and trials and many tribulations, Rick was the only one that had successfully pulled off a semi-automatic FG42 replica. Well, years later, Rick has done it again, and we now have a Type I replica, and I think it's going to be even better. I received the first production Type II rifle from SMG, and I was very happy with it. It had to go back a couple times for repairs or little tweaks, but every time Rick looked at my rifle, when it came back, it was better than the first time. It was prettier, faster, smoother, easier, everything across the board. Rick is phenomenal. He's very talented, and I've always been happy with his service. I never had any problems. There was only improvements. For the Type I, Rick basically had to start over. Sometimes it could be easy to think, well, you have the Type II done, use all the same parts on the inside, you're halfway there. Rick had hoped that this would be the case, but in reality, the Type I and the Type II are completely different rifles. The operating system is the same, and that's about as far as the similarities go. So when Rick designed this rifle, he basically started completely over, and that's what has taken the time that it's taken. Now, I'm very happy that I received one of, if not the first production rifle again, and we're going to do an unboxing. I'm very happy to bring that to you. So please stand by while I grab the box. A lot of people wanted to see an unboxing video, and it's been very hard to make myself wait to open this thing up for you guys, but I think it's going to be worth it. I think you're going to really enjoy seeing the rifle for the first time at the same time I do. So let's get started. I had been concerned with everything that's going on right now that there would be a delay in shipping and we'd have to wait, but it came right when the tracking said it would come. Okay, first off, we have a very nice case. The Type IIs also came in a brand new, very sturdy rifle case, and I guess that particular one is not made anymore, but Rick being Rick, he fretted over it, but this is a wonderful case, and I'm sure everybody that gets one is going to appreciate having that to transport their new rifle. And my first impression with this case is I like it a lot better. The other case had snaps on the ends, which might be a little bit more secure. I don't know. I really didn't slam that case around a lot. But the clips themselves were very hard to use on the other case. They would actually bite your fingers. You had to get your finger in here, and when it finally released, it was just kind of a pain. So I really do like this one better. Okay. I think what I'll do is I'll bring the camera in for a close-up for some of the rest of this, so I don't have to keep picking things up and showing them to you like you're a 2-year-old. Let me bring you guys in. All right, unfortunately with the GoPro, we're going to have a little bit of a compromise here. I can get you in a little bit closer, but I'm still going to have to pick things up so we can see. First things first, we have a FFL from SMG, which is something that your gun dealer is going to need. And we have a FG42 Type I manual. Please watch. We don't have the paper manual out yet, but I know that's coming. The first one was wonderful for the Type II, and if Rick does the same thing for the Type I, it'll be great. Have the information from the box, our keys, two magazines, which are extremely hard to get, and they look to be in very nice shape for being surplus ZB mags. And then, of course, the thing we've all waited for so long, is our Type I FG42. Serial number 1. Now, I hope everybody got to see Rick's note and videos. Because of the differences in this rifle from the Type II, it's very important that you watch the video series that Rick has. I hate to keep using the word, but he fretted over it a lot. He doesn't like to be on camera. I thought he did a fantastic job and made each operation or each point that he wanted to make very clear and easy to understand, and there really shouldn't be any problems when you're going over your rifle for the first time. But please, if you're getting one of these, watch the videos now, because like he said, the first thing you're going to want to do with this thing when you get it is take it apart and look at it. And if you've already watched the videos, it won't slow you down. You'll know what to do and not have any damage done to your rifle. Alright, now I apologize if the camera angle changed a little bit since the beginning of the video. I have to do things in order. I'm kind of doing this on the fly with no script, and just how my brain works, I got to do the videoing in order, just so I know what to say next. But we have our rifle out, and again, it looks absolutely perfect. The buttstock and the trigger housing, if you didn't know, were actually solid steel, and they were machined out to replicate a stamping, which is unbelievable. And Rick told me on the phone that I wouldn't be able to tell from an original, and Rick, I've held several original Type 1s and I cannot tell. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. It has the right feel. If you've felt a Shoei before, you know the butt is very heavy and the front and everything else is very light. This feels like a gun. This feels right. It just looks too new. That's my only problem with it. Every FG42 I've seen looks worn, and this is amazing. It's like a time machine. But going over some of the features real quick, we do have folding sights just like the Type II. They feel identical to the Type II. Just first impressions, this rear sight is just a tiny bit different, and Rick said they would be. I did not get the adjustable windage option just because I'm kind of a history maniac. I didn't want anything different, and Rick and I went back and forth a couple times, and he finally said, look, you're going to get basically the Type I the way we have to deliver it. If you want this or that or the other thing, you can wait and get your special gun later on. And I said, okay, I'll take it the way you ship it. And so we both had a laugh over that. But wow. I just got to say, Rick, I really appreciate the bayonet. I know we had talked about doing something on that before, and for you to throw it in with the gun, so I had it now, that's perfect. Thank you. The bipod, this is one thing that you really need to watch the video for. If you've had a Shoei, or you've read the book Death from Above, or watched any kind of videos, you open the bipod legs, you close the bipod legs. This rifle is different because the originals would want to collapse when firing, or just when you set the thing down. SMG developed locking bipod legs, which is another amazing feature on this gun, because an original set right like this could fall. There's just nothing to hold it up, which is why they changed it on the Type II and put the bipod at the muzzle. So to close these, and I'm going to look for the first time, this is all new to me too, back inside here, just like the video showed, there's a little catch. I pull it down, I release it, and it closes. And honestly, if you didn't know to look for that thing, you really wouldn't notice it. That was one of the things that I had told Rick I really didn't want, just to have it original, and now that I see it, that's a concession I'm willing to make. That is awesome. I am also a World War II reenactor. I reenact Fallschirmjäger, and I will be using this out in the field. So part of my review will be later on. I'll do additional material. We're going to blank adapt this. We're going to see what blanks it likes, what blanks it doesn't like. I'm good friends with Rob at Atlantic Wall, and I'm sure he and I can work together on this project. We'll get a BFA set up and recommended blanks, and we'll go from there. One of the other features of this rifle that's different from an original that you may have read about, man, I just love this handguard. I was worried about my color choice, and every time I see this, it just makes me smile. But one of the things that makes this different from an original is the bolt hold open. On the last round of the original, the bolt would lock open on its own device like an AR, and it had nothing to do with the magazine. Well, the magazine tripped it, but on the Type II that SMG produced, the bolt locks open on the magazine itself, on the follower, and this rifle is similar. However, after the bolt would lock open on the Type II, the only thing you could do is either manually hold it open with the op rod while changing the magazines, or let it slam shut when you pop the magazine out. And this rifle has an original looking bolt hold open, and what it does is SMG's development protects the rifle. Instead of slamming onto the bolt hold open device itself, it locks on the follower like the Type II. Then you reach up with your thumb, you press the button, and you make sure that it's held open on the bolt hold open. Then you can take the magazine out, do whatever you want to do, let it cool off, change magazines, or display it that way, put another magazine in, and just pull the op rod and let it fly. And I think it's a great design. If you read Death from Above, that's one of the things that exploded with regularity on these guns. Rick knew it wasn't going to hold up, but he also knew that people would want to have that. So their concession, again, is great. The other thing I'm not going to show you right now, because I was so excited to get this open for you that I didn't go get a wrench, is the adjustable gas system, which is going to be super, especially for blank adapting. And that's something that I may do another video on once we start the blank adapting. I'm sure we'll need to play with that a little bit. But wow, all I can say is wow, this thing is great. So thanks guys. I hope you love my horrible video and not hate it. I'm going to be playing with this thing for the rest of the day, and I hope you enjoy seeing what's available. And man, I don't want to scratch anything. This is amazing. But yeah, I think I'm going to go shave my Corona beard. I'm going to put my Fallschirmjäger outfit on, and going to go run around in the woods a little bit with this gun. So thanks. God bless. Take care. Wear your mask. Stay safe. Check on your neighbors. Thanks, Rick.